Why am I doing this? So, if I can get through this, if I can fix this. What is this? This is, this is so upsetting, but I told myself I would do it if I cried the whole way home, and I did. Maybe you shouldn't be so sentimental, maybe you shouldn't be so sensitive, but this is what you're supposed to feel when you finish college. When it's done, when it's over. Why am I filming myself crying? Because I went to my apartment building to give my key in. Because I went to go give him my department key, and all the people in my faculty building know who I am, know that I'm finishing, and they'll know that I'm here for summer session 2, but all they could say are like, congratulations and thank you for everything. You get out of college, what you put into it. And to hear the people that you respect and look up to, and the people who are your mentors tell you, this is Jennifer's fault. It was Jennifer that pushed me over the edge, the secretary. She said, you have been such a light in the time that we've gotten to know you. Maybe not to this ridiculous extreme, this hysteric extreme, but this is what you want. You want this whole thing that you spent 4 years doing to have meant something. To have meant this. And this is yeah, it's a lot of stupidity, and it's just your department, and like everyone knows you're gonna be here in the summer and you're gonna see them, and that's fine. But this is also like this is what you're gonna feel with everyone, and it's good to get this out now. And it's good to know that all the people who came and went in your 4 years meant something. For people that go through college and graduate like this and don't feel this way to even some small extent, like I don't understand. This wasn't high school. This is the time in which you're supposed to become the adult that you're proud to be. The adult that the adults you looked up to are proud to see. The person your parents are proud of. The person your friends are proud of. I said that this was going to be easy and that I was fine and I was happy because right away we're all going to find out which one of us are close enough to keep the conversations going, which one of us aren't, and I'm okay with this and I'm happy with this. But for this to have meant so much to me, those of you who I'm going to end up talking with after, for all of you to have meant so much to me in these 4 years, or less. I've only been talking with a few of you who I consider pretty close for the last year and a half, 6 months. I'm hoping that I don't do this at commencements. I'm hoping that this weekend, like this is it. That I get this all out now and that I'm okay. But I cried the whole way home for like 8 minutes on my bike. This is what I wanted. And I couldn't have asked for better. We're in a drought, and I'm crying salt water. God, this is embarrassing. But this is how I know. For the person I am, this is how I know that this meant so much. So much to me. You know who you are. You meant so much to me. College. Ah, what a stupid, amazing 4 years it has been. And then I cried my eyes out for however long it's been. You get out what you put into it. I can be humble and say I put in a lot. But I've gotten so much out of this. Keep it together, baby. Hong Kong. Do you, thank you for everything. See you guys soon.
All right, let's trick you came from the other side. Hello. So just to get right into it, I wanted to leave that last video without any intro, without anything. I wanted to leave it as it was because it was really important to me, and I didn't want to dilute its meaning by adding a bunch of things to it. So I'm sorry, that was a really heavy way to start. There we go. Hello, welcome to the end of the series. This has been a phenomenal 10 extended plus 3, so 13 weeks of vlogging for you guys, and I've enjoyed doing it. I hope you've enjoyed following me. And this is going to be the recap, the end, the finale. But I think to do so, I'm going to have to go over my past 4 years, which is going to be a little bit dry, so just bear with me for a bit. College. What has my time at college been? Which is now this funny word that just has so much meaning in it. You know, it's 6, 7 letters. Math is hard. You know, I in high school, I was just so set on going to BU, Boston University, that I think it's amazing that I came here and had quite the experience that I did. I don't think I would have had that over there. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Mom, for pushing me to come here. I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky in my 4 years here to not only to have gotten to know my best friends, but have gotten to live with them for the past 4 years. Granted, in this last year, there's a little bit of a falling out, and one of them moved to a different place. But for the most part, I've gotten to spend the last 4 years with my 2 best friends, and I don't think anyone gets as lucky as I do in that sense. I worked 2 jobs. I've worked 2 jobs since my sophomore year. I did the farmer's market, and I'm currently the assistant manager, and I've been doing my research for, 3 years now. Gosh. I took 17 units a quarter. I just put time in all the time because I was a double major minor. I worked really hard at that such that I could try and finish within, I only needed a quarter or 2 quarters, so I only really needed 8 quarters left from right now, but I had to drop that this last year, and we'll get into that later. Then the middle years are kind of a blur. I've been part of a Frisbee team. I've been part of a sports program for 4 years, captain for 2. Yeah, and then this last year, I worked so hard the years following, the years coming into my senior year, prior to my senior year, that's the word I'm looking for, that I finally gave myself the reward that I felt was deserved. And it's not that I didn't work hard this last year either, it's just that I treated myself a little bit more than I'm used to. To start with, I went abroad. I went abroad for the quarter, and I had the time of my life. If there's a slight chance that you can go abroad, go. It's worth the money, and it's worth the time, even if you have to make up for it later. I promise you, it's worth it. I went abroad. I met some fantastic people. I had some fantastic experiences. I had some nights that I will probably never talk about. I had some nights that I would love to tell everyone about. It's the broad spectrum of things. Came back, and winter was a lot of shenanigans. There were a lot of things that happened that I haven't dealt with in a long time. You know, social drama is a funny thing. But it's done, and I'm over it. And I think it's made me a better person in getting through it. The only thing you can hope for is that when you hit negative experiences, when you hit walls, that you can bounce back and say, I learned. To go into recapping my final quarter, I'm going to start with the negatives, so I can end on a good note. Yeah, I did some dumb things. I pushed myself probably a little bit too hard, and my second to last Frisbee game in Arizona sectionals, I developed plantar fasciitis. So, and I had a TIA. I had a transient ischemic attack midway through the quarter. I had a mild stroke. No big deal. Whatever. That's done. We're done talking about that. Spring quarter was amazing. I had a number of nights out. I pushed myself to go out all the time. Went to a number of music concerts. Flume, Jerafidge, Slow Magic, Hoodie Allen. And to continue this trend, I'm going to go see Vanek in a few weeks with Stephanie. I got published. My research, I published the portion of, I presented the portion of my research that was pertinent to me. I then got referenced in a scholarly article scholarly paper that we put out, so reference section, that gets weird. I experienced picnic day for the first time in 4 years, and that was an amazing weekend. That was a great weekend. The accumulation of my time with the Dogs program and all the efforts I've put into growing the B team from almost nothing to 18 players strong. We went to sectionals, we drove down to Arizona, 13 hours and back, and we played really hard. like I said, I developed plantar fasciitis, and you don't do that by walking. I'm glad to see that in my time with the program that you guys are all going to come back, and hopefully that is a continuing trend. Presented my research, blah, blah, blah. I got presented an award for said research, blah, blah, blah. And then I graduated. I closed out my 4 years by declining to be a double major minor, and that happened because I was offered jobs abroad, and I'm still looking at jobs abroad, and it's really nice to know that I'm internationally viable. That's kind of been the quick, thimbleful summary of my 4 years in college. It has been an amazing ride. I've met some phenomenal people. I've kept in touch with some great people. I've lost a few, but that doesn't, that's natural, that's normal. I've had the greatest 4 years of my existence to date. And for those of you entering college soon, I'm envious, because not because I would like to do it again, but because you've got everyone who's going to be really important to you really close for the next 4 years, and that's a great thing to have. I'm getting a little bit chatty here, so we're going to have to end this. Yeah, thank you. To those of you who have been with me for 10 months now that I've been vlogging on and off, thank you. You guys are superstars. I don't know how you do it. I could not watch me for 10 months. To those of you who have joined a little bit later, or whenever you joined, if this is your first video, thank you. I sincerely appreciate you. And I've said wasting your time, but I appreciate you spending your time on me. It's nice to know that, someone's watching, and that sounds really creepy. Moving on. What to expect? I have no idea what's next. I have a lot of job offers, and I have no directions, so that's nice. That's the way I phrase it with people. But I don't know what's next here for the vlogging session. I don't know what I'm going to do. I know that I need a break. It's been an exhausting 10 months. It's been an exhausting 10 weeks. And yeah, so I need some time off. I'm going to take some time off from social media too, but I'll blog about that later. Those are things you don't need to hear. So I think the only thing I have left is the one thing that I neglected to do with all my interviews. So, Michael Bareilles. What is something that I have to tell myself in 5 or 10 years? I'm going to choose 5 because in growing up, I've realized I don't really have the foresight to look so far ahead. I don't even have the foresight to see what's going to happen next year. I really have no idea. 5 years. Michael Bareilles, you're 27. I hope that wherever you are right now, in between when you're the me right now in this video and the you that is watching this in 5 years, I hope that you have really done everything you can to make these last 5 years as phenomenal as this last quarter has been. I really hope that you've continued the trend of pushing yourself to make a number of great decisions and terrible decisions that lead to experiences that you can look back at fondly and say, hey, I either really enjoyed this or I didn't, but I learned from it. Don't get so caught up in the short term. And you say this because you know that some of your really good friends judge you the same way for some of the social choices you make. You're going to be fine. I know you're going to be fine. I know I'm going to be fine. So, don't get caught up. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been amazing. And thank you to all of you who have shared these last 4 years, this last year, this last quarter, however long it's been, our relationship, yours and mine. Thank you for being a part of it. I'm Michael Bareilles. This has been amazing. Bye, guys.